Thank you so much, Trace Sorrenthus. That desk.
A unique way to pronounce my name.
Fire. Yeah, he's got his own twists and turns. Still calling poor pimp Vinicky.
So yes, he is right though. mousesports on the precipice of defeat here. They dropped their map. We move on to Vitality's choice of Mirage. Smoke towards the steps lined up. MBK getting ready towards jungle. Pretty standard stuff. Molotov will be there for the shadow position where Rob's currently will be defending. It's going to be frozen there, ready and waiting. Smoke's down and pretty much full commitment coming in momentarily.
Yeah, Bob's just giving a couple of chances onto Zywo, doesn't connect, and MBK does manage to show up. Look at Frozen just on the edge of that smoke. He burns to his death. Did take Alex with him though. Bomb going in, Vitality have the numbers and the plant. This is going to be difficult. Karrigan, Woxic, both coming from the jungle side of things. Chris J towards CT spawn.
4 versus 3, Karrigan with the kit, and Chris J so good in these pistol rounds. He normally delivers headshots, but it's anything but here. Gets a taste of RPK's lead. 4 on 2 now as Woxic, Karrigan desperately trying to get himself back into this round. Good shot from Woxic. Can he find a second? He absolutely can.
Karrigan
All
as
of
well.
a sudden, it turns on his head, and now the defuse has to start. It's going to have to be a push here from MBK. He has to get closer and closer. He gets off it, but Karrigan, he'll hold his nerve. It's a big comeback there. A 4 versus 2. His celebration is displayed there. It's absolutely stunning the fact they can pull that one off, Alex. It looked like they had no chance.
That looked so perfect from Vitality, right down to the minutiae. You had Apex tucked in on Palace as a contingency plan. He was supposed to be the last man, the last bit of contact should everything else dissolve. NBK went back to ramp. He flashed for these two. The flash didn't work out. Woxic tucked himself in towards the triple, gets himself the double. Karrigan in the meantime stopping Apex, who just got a little too inquisitive on Palace, and then it just put NBK in a dire circumstance. The bomb wasn't for him. My God, what a round from mousesports.
Yeah, it looked like they were absolutely done for them, but that's going to light the fire beneath them now. Chris J on towards Ascal, holding towards the window position. Going to be boosted up now in towards CPR's Voxic that will make his way towards that position. They have Forceborn on the Vitality side. I'm sure you can notice that. Once again, the 3 rifles, Galil, Krieg, and AK with their same setup on Vertigo, which found them very early success.
Yeah, God, I almost forgot. Vertigo, mousesports pick did not go their way. They really want to keep the motivation high. You could see Ragin, the coach, doing his very best to get him fired up and smiling. He seemed to do a good job of it. As did Duncan. Nice work though, Frozen onto NBK. Alex, ooh.
That was his chance.
That was a freebie. Back turned, couldn't connect the bullets. It's hard, admittedly. That head, oh so evasive when the opponent starts to move away from you.
Smoke down towards the window. Good damage done to Voxic. Frozen slightly tagged as well, but he's recovered. The Galil now upgraded his UMP. Chris J challenges and he'll be punished. An opening now for Vitality, 45 seconds on the clock. They have a smoke and a couple of flashbangs remaining. Bomb down towards top of middle. They'll go recover that now. Alex will join them from T-spawn. What's the call here? They've still got mid-control here. CT's not challenging it at all. If they go towards B, it's a 3-on-2 advantage. It will be Voxic with the low HP. Karrigan there with the M4 as well. Zywo, you know he hits these sort of shots, and that's the first. Karrigan now has to deliver.
With the silenced M4, that's not going to help him in this one. Certainly not when Zywo's hitting shots like that. Walking into the site, he's not up there. He catches a glimpse of... Whoa, and then another frag for Zywo. They've let him off the leash. The rabid dog unleashed onto B, and he has taken 3. Frozen's got absolutely nothing to say about this round. He's just going to be trying to keep hold of his Galil, his Kevlar, his kit, all of that good stuff.
Frozen will just have to sit back and wait. Vitality, the ones to steal the round away this time.
Like, that's a relatively simple round, right? There's not much to break down.
No,
That's,
not really.
That's a take from short.
Exactly that. So they've just put a smoke down to cover themselves from Connector. They've already taken Chris J down in that position. And mousesports, they're just sitting back in the crossfires. They're hoping to find a couple of kills. And like we always say, you can really be in the best positioning, you can ready and waiting, knowing a player like Zywo is coming, but he is so fantastic. You saw how brutal those shots were. Robs couldn't even be mad at that one. You've got to respect it.
Apex. Don't forget his polite mic mute every time he wants to raise his voice. He's a courteous celebrator.
Well, not really
Round
celebrating
three.
on
Let's
the
see
CT side. I want to see this shot towards the kitchen, I think, was the most impressive one. That was great too.
Ooh, over the shoulder.
This is the one that really rocked their world. Rops will be removed and a clean finish, and you can see Apex really fired up here. They are going to force buy in response. Deagles, CZs, and save Galil.
Same we talked about in that Vanguard game. I think the reason there's so much fire in the server right now is because they know what lies if you lose this game. So many big names have made mistakes here in this stage of the competition, and actually mistakes made. He's only going to get the first. He makes his presence known, and already Alex could be in a spot of bother. This aggression from the CTs is going to be met by a swing. NBK looking to join the party top mid, and oh, Rops, he wasn't ready for underpass.
No, certainly not. Well, it's up to Frozen to save the day here. Oh, that hurts so much. He actually had a bit of a chance there, but now any bullets will take him out, and Carrigan can't react in time. Alex with a swift shot towards a jungle position. Frozen will have to just save the Galil once again. Full eco on the cards after winning that fantastic pistol round in a 4-on-2 deficit. Frozen will find himself removed here to NBK with a lovely headshot, the MP5, 2-1, full eco, and they are in a great position now. You can see the fans really enjoying themselves out there. The beer's flowing.
It certainly is.
It's a lovely Saturday afternoon here. Coming up to the evening now, 5 p.m.
What a perfect time to spend your Saturday. Grab some beers with the boys, watch your favorite team play Counter-Strike in pursuit of the lion's share of $1 million and the legacy of the game you've dedicated your life to.
Yeah,
being a part of it.
It's so much more than the money, though. Like this tournament is it's the epitome of what we're here for. Why we're playing Counter-Strike, what it's all about. Twice a year we get to see it, and it's always quite special.
Yeah, and you know, the numbers that I think Sponge threw out on Twitter makes you realise just how far away the next one is.
Yeah, it's over, what, 240 days or something?
Over 250 days, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so there it is. So
here we go. Alex is just walking into the site. They know there's very unlikely going to be any resistance. There's just going to be one tucked in towards the corner. Alex is going to check it.
It was good to see that from Frozen's point of view. Like, what the hell could you do about that? Well, guess I'll wait till the next round.
Guess I'll die then.
Yeah, well, it's just Rops who doesn't need to be taken down here. He's only got the USP. They've already got the bomb planted. Round's done. 3-1 on the T side here. Mousesports will be getting a decent cash injection after this one. It's going to be the 3 rounds in a row for Vitality. So they do have enough of the AWP, but Voxer can't afford it. It would have to be Frozen dropping the AWP, and it's not really worth it. Like, he would have no armor himself and no utility.
If that's how much they're cheering for an eco win, how much are they going to be cheering for a Vitality clutch? How much? I don't know. Keep yourself strapped in, folks. Tell your friends we've got a good game here for Mousesports against Vitality on their map pick, and already it does seem, yes, the incredible pistol round, but Mousesports, I think they're going to have a real struggle dealing with what seems to be fast
approach
and brutal Counter-Strike coming out from Vitality. One flash and they're out.
Oh, that smokes it to do nothing. They're already past that.
Chris tucked himself on the box 4 towards Tetris 1 from Palace. Every single resource thrown towards this site now by Vitality. A smoke to slow them down enables Chris J to take that fight without worrying. There's more towards Sandwich. He can't quite take a big enough bite. RPK's molly catches up Robs, and now with 3 remaining, Frozen's got the line of sight he needs. Voxic's available on stairs. The smoke's not there.
Almost on the A ramp. He's just checking the flanks. I was about to say, they're going to fully commit to a rotation there. Either way, they're finding impressive kill on Voxic. But the fight 2 for Nail hits the Mac 10 that denies the plant. MBK brings it back to the 2 versus
Winnable.
1. Voxic up against 2 these players. He detects the first. That's excellent. He'll be held at bay by the Molotov for now. Apex can recover the bomb. Goes to the plant here. Open one at that.
He's going around the world. He's not peak. I mean, he could jump window, right? Apex is going to be considering that as his first, but port of contact. You can see him staring at that. In the meantime, Vox is going all the way around, knife out. Apex goes to Sandwich. Could be connector, could be jungle. He won't be ready for this. If Voxy cuts his noise at the right time, he's still making a lot of noise. So much noise. Apex is given the information for free.
Sandwich here, surely.
Smoke on towards the bomb. He could be Palace CT. Roxy's just going to present himself to him. Apex, this is going to work out wonderfully for him, and Vitality find the 4th.
Yeah, that was great positioning from Apex, and the fact that we didn't have a defuse kit there, Frozen couldn't slow down at all. Right. He had to keep running. Yeah. So it was a nice idea. If he had the kit, he definitely could have justified walking up the A ramp, but time was ticking away there. It was an ambitious call, rotating all the way around with no defuse kit there. He's hoping Apex would maybe overthink the situation.
Or go ramp, right?
Yeah, exactly, and he'd have a huge advantage, but that positioning was just stellar. And Voxic, what a decent that was. It was him on the retake, not Frozen, I apologise. And we'll see another eco for Mousesports here. Scouts for Robs. And no damage initially on the cross here. Zywoo, oh, he's just gunning for blood right now, isn't he? He just wants every kill available to him. Nice spray. Another CT towards a connector. He'll try and get out of this one, but he does challenge. Significant damage towards Robs. He just doesn't want to slow down.
Anybody that just shows their head, just for a moment, it's like whack-a-mole. Anybody wants to challenge, he's just going to put bullets into Chris. Through the triple box, the challenge coming out. He greets it with another tag. More damage done. He has done so much. He's farming the ADR. CTs, though, they have the numbers. As the dust does settle, Carrigan and Rops, however, falling on the B defense does make this one look like Vitality's fifth.
Yes, it does look that way, but there is a small chance that mousesports can bring this one back. They are very well versed with the pistols. Unfortunately, it's Chris J just on the USP, but that changes very quickly. Gets himself an AK-47, denying the plant. Frozen does it. Not the greatest setup there for Vitality. Now Chris J have a real chance to actually shut this one down, but what am I saying? RPK, a beautiful shot there, and it's the scout left of Frozen. They know exactly where he is. He denied the plant originally, spots Apex towards the short position. Bomb still down. They have a flashbang and an HE. They can get the HE towards the window, though, more than likely kill him.
They are so low that scout and Deagle combo, Frozen, he just can't take a point of damage, but if he pulls the trigger first on two, oh, that was a chance. Fired a shot towards Apex, makes good on it on the second. 1 versus 1, looking to reposition. RPK taking the fight with 30 HP. A brave tank, and he gets himself 3.
Yeah, fully fueled it seems. Lots of money here on the Vitality side, but that was the eco for mousesports. Comes down to the 1 versus 1, but the money's this strong. Apex with $15,000. It doesn't really have much of a knock-on effect.
Odds halving. Mousesports apparently, their heroics in the pistol and Vitality puts them at still a huge advantage for the French from our sponsors GG.bet.
Indeed,
Round
double
7.
setup. Chris J, Voxic, you can have one of those towards B. It's Chris J, he'll be holding in towards the CT spawn position. His teammates trying to get as close as possible here. 3 remain on the A side. Rob spots it first, but now he's in a lot of trouble here. If he gets one, that'll be great, but not going to happen. Alex will take him down. Smoke's being exchanged, and it's going to be Chris J that burns to a Chris. His orb will do nothing here, but Voxic, Foreign said it, considered to be one of the world's strongest orbers right now. So incredibly talented. He actually got one. That's insane. Frozen stuck on the bomb side behind the smoke. He can still save this round. It's up to Carrigan. He will do nothing. 4 versus 1 Frozen. He'll be able to find the first, get the second. Has he got anything left? Not quite. Another close round. A chance there for Frozen, but ultimately Vitality will be winning out and getting a 6-1 on the scoreboard as mousesports take their first tactical timeout here.
They look outclassed, outgunned. It's time for the coach of mousesports just to provide any initial insight. Seems like there's a lot of heat actually in mousesports camp right now. Chris J, he's got a lot to say. Almost disbelief. I think that Vertigo loss really has shaken them, you know, Henry. Like you came in today, you woke up, got out of your bed with the knowledge that if they don't pick it, we've got a map that we should be the best on.
I don't think they would have necessarily even worked on their Vertigo. Maybe lulled into a false sense of security after that successful campaign against G2. Even Kenny is tweeting out, if you want to learn Vertigo, watch these dudes, right? And all of a sudden they
Vitality
get ran
just
over.
See the tweet and smirk.
But the thing is, like, it's such a map that it's evolving every day. Every time we see it, we see new things. And Vitality get all that information as to what mousesports do. They've got a great setup themselves. Hitting the shot there, Zywoo only does minimal damage right through the edge of the wall. And another fast approach here. Scouts, CZs, and not much else.
Yeah, Woxic's making the full sacrifice in pursuit of the orb later. Alex into the site though. He should make short work of this one. Rops' scout does connect onto Alex. But whittling away at the defense, Woxic's unarmored pistol is really...
Can't keep up with the frags here.
You really can't.
They're so fast-paced, so emphatic, and Voxic, no kit, can't go for a cheeky defuse there. Gets the 1 kill, but that's probably all he finds, and down he goes. Chris J recovers the scout, he's got armor, and, wow, no head anymore. That helmet didn't really help him out, did it?
No, certainly not a cool head right now. And now we see what mousesports, what that timeout has brought to them. Will it bear fruit? We haven't seen Rops or Chris J really in the kill feed. 1 frag between the two of them. Vitality, they just can feel like a bulldozer.
Yeah, why slow down? Everyone's hitting their shots. Mousesports can't handle it. Barely got on their feet so far. Chris J gets himself up towards shore using the gap. Nice footwork to get himself in this position, but he's now taking an A to the face. Apex running past him. Chris J drops through the smoke. Zywoo will find the opening pick, but Frozen with a quick response there. He's quite low himself, receives a barrage of bullets, and now the Molotov as well. It only ticks him once, but he'll get out.
But wow. Straight into the loving embrace of the natural born killer. Perhaps the K stands for King, because he stands in Palace, doesn't have to move just yet. Instead, Rops on Sandwich. And his hunger for frags has not been sated. Not a single one. He's first, or not a second. Into way they go. Woxic, sacrifices he made in the round prior paying off.
Oh, Carrigan. I don't think that was audible to... Oh, hello?
Apex?
Timed out, crash or something.
Oh, no. Oh dear. Okay, I think that's just going to have to be the concede, I guess.
Yeah, there's no once we get that deep in the round, any technical issues like that, you've got to take on the chin, unfortunately. Had it happened in the spawn area or even within the first 30 seconds of bullets being fired, we could have justified a restart, but nothing we can do about that. And it looks like he has been kicked off the server.
2v1, numbers advantage, Vitality.
That's a shame.
That is a shame.
Don't like to see that.
Hasn't deterred the fans, though.
I guess, fortunately, the bomb was down. He was really far removed. It was unlikely he wins that, but Apex, the way he's playing right now, he won't be happy about it, but seems relatively calm. So, he dropped out the server. I don't think we have to get the phones out because he's back on already, so I think the game just crashed, not the PC.
Panic over. This is a reminder of what we've seen so far. The pistol round we've been praising mousesports for. It is half of the rounds they've acquired so far. A nice play from Woxic, and this was Zywoo's three-piece, the third gorgeous connect. But so far it has been nothing but success, really, for Vitality ever since. Great hold from mousesports just in the round prior, courtesy of Woxic's double. And we're off to the races. Really need to get their individuals online. The man on your screens. Some of the raw firepower, some of the best raw firepower I've seen in some time. Not available today.
Well then. Woxic with the AWP. Managed to keep both those players alive. I don't think anyone expected that outcome of the previous round. Yeah. Back into the fray we go. It's going to be round 10. AWP for Zywoo has been so powerful. His frag charts must be pretty exceptional. Him and RPK both for 9 kills after 9 rounds of play. And they lost the pistol as well, bear in mind. 7-2 up. CT-sided map. It's their pick. Couldn't be going much better, to be honest. Yeah, without the PC crash, it'd be a pretty perfect game. But so far, so good in terms of the mid-control. Smoke towards window. Connector covered off as well, as you can see. CTs don't have any vision as Vitality set up to start not even a B split, it'll be a B approach with Alex watching the extremities of the map.
They have no info as well. Alex's smoke.
Good position for Chris though.
Stops him from getting the info. Yeah, Carrigan too.
You don't see that too often in gun rounds, to be honest.
He has to get more than one hit. The spray, he holds it. Didn't quite find another. Now an opportunity presents itself. Alex from short. Now let's see if Chris J can do a big frag from the box. It's a second as he swings into RPK. Just the one remains. Zywoo can't find it. And 3 from Chris J. Gets himself the AWP into the next. A fantastic B hold. Carrigan and Chris, keep those names in mind if they get tested on B again.
You're right. Carrigan needed to at least get one and survive. You can see they're all focusing towards him. And most of Carrigan's team, he's been the B anchor towards that Mirage site. And that's what they were assuming there about. Such a great spot. I was really interested to see how this one would play out. I didn't think they would check it. You normally see that spot with a partial buy of a CZ armor. Got a B stack going on. You throw a player in there. It's pretty cool to put it in a gun round and you feel like they're about to adjust and chain things up. Double AWP set up now. Chris J and Woxic, such a potent combo as we'll have Zywoo boosted up, looking for crosses towards this steps position. No one spotted. And we have the boost once more up and towards CPL.
It does make that shot so much easier to hit.
Yeah, you don't just see a head, you can actually see the full body.
And if Vitality were a wine, they would be full-bodied too. Complex.
Earthy undertones.
And with a star finish. Chris J, he's going to hold mid from a very aggressive, tight line with the double AWP, and he means that they can put Woxic on towards A, but it seems like Vitality are going for a rinse repeat. Chris J not going to be present for that crossfire, not going to be able to support Carrigan here. He's going to be calling for help soon. Chris J will swing for info in mid, but it's going to be down to Carrigan for now.
Yeah, this is what we're more used to seeing. Carrigan as the anchor. Remember on Vertigo's the same story. Holding A by himself. This time it's the B-bomb site.
Well, that smoke means he really has such few options available to him. He can actually flank from so many options. Oh, and Vitality, they're playing it so well. You just do see him running round and round in his mouse mat.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure why they would present themselves like that. They haven't smoked off towards Kitchen, didn't have to swing out towards the bench, and now it's all of a sudden turned on its head. Still a difficult round here, considering they have 2 ops in the retake, but they do have kits.
Could there be a tighter line, Zywoo? Looking towards the door of Kitchen.
Boosted up. Apex trying to give Chris J a taste of his own medicine here, potentially.
Oh, they have been playing this so well. Chris J still standing, but was Zywoo and Apex doing everything they need to. Vitality, lock them out.
Yeah, that's not great news. Chris J has to save now. Is that even possible? They are going to leave him to his own devices here. He knows they have to exit the bomb site just as much as he does. That's going to be absolutely fine. Explore Denwich survives towards that Kitchen. Nice work from Chris to keep the AWP up. Always going to be an influential factor in this next very important round. They might have to take another tactical timeout here. 3k on Rops, just under 4k for Frozen and Carrigan. But Chris J can drop a weapon. He can even buy another AWP, I think. So they're going to have a double AWP set up once again. It's not too bad overall, but there will be compromises here. Rops with a pistol, I think, into this next round. Currently has $500 remaining. Oh, the N4 drop from him is actually pretty decent, all things considered. So, the saved AWP is absolutely everything there. Keeps them in the game, and back towards B they go. This time, all 5 players with 2 smokes toward the pillars, already deployed. Voxic boosted up, trying to get the early peak. Flashbang, though, doesn't dissuade him. He's ready to challenge here.
They've thrown so much his way. Poised.
So this is the double pump. So they've already thrown initial smokes towards B, trying to bait out all the utility. Voxic, great angle, hits the first. Unfortunately not to get the kill there, but he's still ready to fight this one. The flash finally gets him.
So many of Vitality's flashbangs used. There's only 2 remaining at the 1 minute 20-second mark. They still have not committed to B.
Oh, I like this from MBK. Is he going for the full-on backstab here through the murder hole?
He is. Oh, and Robs, he's been having a real tough half. NBK's just added salt to the wound.
Are they going to fall back from B all the way? That's kind of sick. MBK needs to be cognizant of the fact Carrigan will be on the other side of the vent. He can't push it. Frozen reacts well. He gets himself towards Palace. He could be a nuisance if the bomb gets down towards A.
Seems like a big if, though. Vitality, yes, they've got this presence of NBK, but they can go anywhere.
Playing it by ear right now. They were going to go towards B. Like I said, they were setting up the double pump on the execution. Realised the AWP was there. They thought, you know what?
Bye.
We'll just go back towards A. MBK finds one there and he's like, you know, well, we'll just keep going towards B if you like. What a shot from Voxic. How does he recover that?
High sensitivity. Henry gets him far. Alex, however, shuts him down. Now into B again they go. It's a triple pump.
Yeah.
Nothing I've ever seen.
That's kind of nuts because now you've got a retake with the AWP up. 3 versus 3. Zywoo has been removed. Apex recovers the AWP, and Alex now his challenge. Carrigan now he's firing off shots, and it's going to cost him his life.
He gets away. Wow, Vitality are playing great counter-strike here, Henry. It's just fun.
Oh!
Chris wanted to try and find a way in. Apex just sends him packing.
Yeah, they are getting absolutely wrecked here on the CT side.
Voxic, he tags up Apex. Apex is still alive, by the way, and bringing Voxic's AWP into the next. But one shot from the AWP. They realize mousesports have tried to adjust to the B take, but that does not dissuade them. They simply pull back, cause the paranoia, force the CTs to push in even deeper. Frozen was in Palace. Frozen hasn't had a chance to really make an impact in this game because they haven't really come towards his site, certainly not in a while. B has worked out well for Vitality. 2 rounds in a row in 2 very different ways.
Robs is 1-11.
Yeah.
That's rough. He has had so many up and down series. Like you'll have one map where he's very quiet, and the next he's like 30 plus. This one he really can't get into. Vitality are just presenting a ruthless game here. There's not much logic behind the madness. It all just seems to be off mid-round calls. Any picks they find, they're happy just to fall back whatever idea they had, whatever approach they had in mind, or they're just going for a full-on basic execution with all 5 players hitting all their shots, exploiting the fact that mousesports won't have all their utility. And every time they get the double AWP set up, they just go around as a death ball and look very strong indeed. It's another tactical timeout here as the mousesports boys decide if they want to buy into this round. It's not the most tantalizing prospect. They can't get those double AWPs out, that's for sure. Saved Krieg. Frozen has had his moments so far, but it's going to be a difficult situation. Deagle, CZs, Voxic not purchasing anything. They need him on the AWP. He's got 12 kills, at least he's performing, but only 3 on the board so far, and this one doesn't look promising.
A brand new look from Vitality. Going to go spread out into the default. Chris J and Rops will be set up to receive. It's really limited. I mean, the smoke from Chris J unlikely to play too much of a role. And slow them down should he hear anything, have those sound cues, play around it. So many options, and so many players much more recently have been choosing to deploy their smoke as a form of secondary cover. Keep you safe from the Molotov. We've seen Frozen do that towards triple in this game. Lets you swing out, and also lets you disappear after your first. Look at Woxic.
Full spot, but he'll have to do very well to get his kill off.
Oh, no, it's not a snacked Wonderland, but that is quite the tasty morsel. Bomb loose, info.
Oh, there was a chance there. Robs, as we said, only 1 kill to his name so far. If he wins this round, I'll take him at the 4, and it'll be the most important round of the day. Bomb makes his way towards B. They got denied by Frozen last time from the kitchen position. Does Robs have any tricks up his sleeve here? Doesn't commit. Bomb goes down. His chances of any success have started to shrink. Good shot. Much better.
Looking for the 1v3. He's doubled his frags with that connection. There's been a lot of volatility in his fragging versus Vitality.
No kits, no nades, no rifle.
Oh, Apex and Alex. Not going to have any issue dealing with it. Double digits then. Just 13 rounds of play and 10 next to the Frenchman's scoreline. That's scary prospect for all mousesports fans.
If you'd have seen Vitality last week in the Challenger stage, you wouldn't have thought they were the second best team in the world. If you removed the names on the jersey, you wouldn't have had any clue. Like they looked very average. This is a different beast altogether. They found their confidence again. They've got wind in their sails. They're fired up. They've sorted out their issues, and you can see they've got that killer instinct.
But without that confidence, they look like a shell of them former selves. I mean, it's so hard to piece together, to comprehend. Je ne comprends pas.
Wow. Flashbang towards the Bartsmans there. We are going to see Robs towards the A ramp. Chris J backing him up. So, a bit more focus towards A this time. They have a solid hold. We've got Frozen watching the connector. Carrigan alone towards B once again, but backed up by Voxy now. I think they're going to tag each other out as Voxy gets himself up towards the B Palmer's position. Molotov towards top of middle. They realise they haven't had a usual round here. MBK down to 14. Robsby gutted he didn't find that first pick. Now knowing they've pushed up so far, Vitality reposition could be the execution here as mousesports fall back towards the side.
No early contact. Quite the passive hold. Chris going to be keeping Rops safe from connector. He's falling back towards CT. 48 seconds. They're going to see the smoke starting to fly in now, at least one. And oh no, Chris J caught before he even could call it.
Yeah, Rops now alone, isolated into CD spawn. Look at his positioning from RPK. He's heard one towards connector, doesn't react just yet. He's called for his teammates that one's going to be in that position. That's for sure. Can he take Carrigan down? He's looked up at the smoke. Easy kill. Surely looks towards window right now. Knows he's vulnerable from short as well. 5 versus 3. Just tearing them apart as Frozen does pull one back. MBK being dropped as Zywoo will defend the planter. Yeah,
he opened this round. He intends to finish it.
God, this is brutal.
You just, every time we try and give you a mousesports player perspective, they get slapped.
Voxy can't be going for this, surely. Yeah, get out. That was ambitious. He had no kit. He's got the orb and a 4-on-1. Don't know even why he's going towards connector.
I mean, that's just indicative of how desperate he is to put a round on the board for his team. It was just a moment's consideration. Not a moment too long, though. Still keeping hold of his AWP. I should be careful. Don't finish my sentence before Vitality have finished their round. My God, they are hunting him down. Zywoo the first. There's another coming from RPK. It's gone. They don't let them keep anything.
On the CT side
Not even their dignity, Henry.
There's no bonuses for getting a bomb down like you on the T side. Maximum loss bonus doesn't get you that far. $3,400, not nearly enough to get a full purchase in for masses coming out in threes. Robs will join them. Chris J, last player to purchase, might go for the scout here, which he does. Great shots from Zywoo. Oh, we can see it getting to Chris J now.
It's rare.
Yeah, this is bizarre. If you'd have seen this team last week, you'd think this is the other way around. mousesports have had some fantastic moments here. So clean in this tournament so far.
The only map they've lost so far, actually, was their best of one on Mirage versus FaZe. Perhaps not a weapon they want to be pulling out in their map pool. Perhaps even counting on the fact they could take the vertigo in this veto.
Oh, that landed his feet. Oh, do hate to see that. He really can't get going here.
Nothing
That's
you
the
can
final
do.
round. He finishes the first up on 2 kills. Player of his caliber, he's going to be inside his own head now.
Yeah, completely. And one of those kills was just an attempt at a clutch.
Oh no.
Oh, Alex is catching the CT sleeping. Woxic reacts with a FAMAS.
He's seen 2 more there now, so he can just call, watch out for connector, probably 1 spawn. And that's
Lock
going to be
him
Chris
out.
J, who's just been naded 3 times, down to 16 HP.
Utility on point.
Where are they going to go
The
with
last
this?
round, they're going to just
Window.
yeah, try and find a way in. It just looked like Carrick and Woxic both considering the window entrance, and bomb goes down safe on the default box. All 3 of them there. Nothing mousesports can really do. It's just been so perfect. They have this balance of pace and patience.
Oh, Carrigan doesn't check the corner. He's gone past RPK.
Completely past RPK.
Oh my goodness. Have you ever seen anything like it?
I can't believe it. Chris J's going to be screaming. We've seen him punching the table already. And now RPK makes his presence known. It's a statement. It is a huge statement. A loud one from Vitality.
Well, there it is. The Frenchmen come to life when it matters most. Looking to book themselves a place in the playoffs here. It's 12-3 on their T side. mousesports have not turned up. They're going to have a big conversation this halftime break. We'll see you after this.
It's not been a fun weekend for mousesports. Starting off on their map pick, they lost it by a long shot. Vitality.
I don't think that was even a question in their mind if they're going to lose Vertigo. They looked so confident against G2. They were the ones running away with it.
And now Vitality are just 4 rounds away from the next step in their journey. Starting the challenger stage with a fair few wobbles, but they do seem to have got their grip and grasp firmly around the throats of Mouse here for a spot in the Mercedes-Benz Arena in the Champions stage. And the individuals from Mouse, they certainly have the capacity for a comeback here. On paper, they have the players. Today, I'm not so sure. Where has Robs been? We need to see him.
Yeah, I agree. Zywoo's been all over the place.
He has. AWP, rifle, pistol, it doesn't matter. He's had his fair share of aces with his pistol in Berlin alone.
Yeah, that's a good point. Dust 2 seems to stick out of my mind. Carrigan pushing through the smoke here, making a lot of noise. Audible cues. Zywoo waiting on the other side of this smoke. He knows they've gone towards that jungle position now. Clark coming in. Zywoo, a rare miss from him.
Frozen, good 180 from him. NBK though, wow. Surprised he's still kicking after that. 3 players trying to take him down. Frozen, doubles up. Chris J looking to play off the contact of Woxic. And the contact's coming because NBK does make his presence known, and Woxic's going fantastically with a nice triple.
Both pistol victories now for mousesports.
Ooh.
That is really alarming with a 12-4 scoreline entering the T side.
I'll tell you what else is alarming is that is a second round buy in a very big way. You're going to be seeing all those rifles. 3 rifles into the second round from Mouse. They're going to want to just keep Vitality at arm's length, but should anyone mess up, should a Deagle be bought? Okay.
I think with this sort of buffer, you don't have to. I think it's negligible at this point, but still, they have every potential of winning this one. I think with this massive lead you have, maybe just take the rifles in the next round, but we'll see how it goes down for them.
Let's have a look. Smoke arrives in window, and that's the cue for them to start vying for control deeper towards the CT domain. Smoke from Woxic towards Connector. He's just going to do the old-fashioned way. No need for any fancy pants. And they start their maneuvers towards NBK, RPK, and Zywoo. Towards short, Christie from Apps. His nades are going to do nothing because they start to tuck in on the site. The smoke, however, doesn't enable Carrigan to move. Pushing through is Frozen. He was full grey screen. That's a Krieg. NBK, how is he not dead? Not traded. Finally, the flurry of frags comes in. It was the Mac 10 of Christie to give them the site and give them the round.
Oh, it's a clean one. You see Vitality, like maps like Inferno, we've talked about this before, when you've got very tight choke points and very clear points of access, it makes sense, you can lock them out. Mirage is very different. There's lots of ways to get in towards the bomb sites. You can exploit towards the apartment, shore, connector, window, A-Ram, palace. It's not like you can really fend them off and control very certain points of the map. So that's why, especially with this massive lead, I didn't really want to see the force buy, but yeah, it's fine.
Vitality perhaps just wanting to get under mousesports' skin, but it does give them a way in. Means the next round of play will be 18, but also should be a lock-in, excuse me, for mousesports. I'm the shut-in. I'm not sitting here talking about the game. It's 12-5.
Yes, celebration just the mousesports side, a lot of work to do here.
Yeah, every time I look at that 5, or every time I remind people of the score, it does just feel like such an obstacle to overcome, almost an immovable object. 12 from Vitality's T side on Mirage. You can see why they picked it. mousesports, they've really got to find their mojo. In strong individual plays to get the violet beneath them is what they're looking for, and see what they're going to get. 3 towards middle, and ooh, very fast. No hesitation. Straight down middle. Molotov's short to enable them to take some control towards Connector for free. This round should be free.
Remember, Vitality 15-0'd INTZ on this map not so long ago.
That's a good point, and that was on the CT side, no less. Oh no. Really warming up into the major are the French. Sides given to them, and the frags too.
Oof, that hurts. Carrigan doesn't need those frags. Stay alive, deny the weapons. That's more like it.
They'll probably want to send Chris J for that Krieg retrieval so they can all bring rifles into it. At the moment, he's just farming. A Krieg to retrieve.
Apex will want to stay alive here. He's got armor already, CZ as well. They're going to be out next round. Not going to be winning this one, of course, but it'll save them some cash going forward. Might be able to drop the AWP. See what he can do. Holding towards the A bomb site here.
I don't think they're going to.
They shouldn't be
too inquisitive, yeah.
They've got nothing to gain and everything to lose here. So yeah, they'll let them survive. Good call on both sides. They cut the lead in half, 12-6 now.
For new viewers and newer players to Counter-Strike, that terrorist win voice line is still one of the few voice lines that's still here from the original, from the creators of Counter-Strike. OG still present every single round. Love it. Round 19 then. Quick smoke to the top of mid. Second one as well flying in. I'm intrigued to see where they both land.
Towards top of middle. Alex smoked off. Mousesports now starting to come to life here on Mirage. T-sides seem to be finding the majority of the rounds here. And the 3-0. Can they continue here? Orps up a Zywoo.
See how they approach this. Aware the buy coming in from Vitality into this one. Much slower from Mouse. Mid controller clear. Stepping stone in there. Takes. Carrigan. Oh, he actually catches a glimpse. The smoke's so good he can actually see Alex's feet. And Alex, none the wiser, can't see anything other than those traces coming in towards him. But look at that. Good thinking, man's Counter-Strike. Molotov's Carrigan into his pre-fire. No one falling. Alex is low, and they start to commit towards A in a very big way.
Yeah, Apex trying to buy some time here. Throws the incendiary to deny the plant at least. Awkward boost fails for mousesports there, but it certainly works out for Chris J. Looking for his second. That's a really nice shot. There is a third player towards that position. RPK swings out behind the plant. That could be massive, but still they pounce on top of him. Zywoo's still alive here. Apex towards CT spawn. Zywoo's holding short. And now needs to try and get that bomb down. Box trying to defend the best he can. The first comes in, the spray not connecting, but he makes up from the repeat. First round for Vitality. It was difficult. Came down to a 2-on-2, but it's Apex and Zywoo, the big performers of this series so far. And Zywoo will be clearing things up. Save the AWP, and Apex will find the AK-47.
They knew the plant was a priority for Mouse. They could see that they had to try and get the bomb down. And Apex, you have to give him credit for just playing the waiting game. Finally shows up just in the nick of time. Winning the second fight. Boxing was the bodyguard. I get it. Zywoo's flash helped him, but a double from Apex from that position. Just sat on top of the bin for what must have felt like forever.
Huge moment here. Vitality might be able to knock mousesports off their financial perch. They've got Frozen $300, Carrigan less than 1,000 as well. Chris J has some sustainability. Very, very important round. If you're just joining a second map here, this is the pick of Vitality. They absolutely decimated mousesports on Vertigo. Fast push up. Frozen taken down. Zywoo really is the master of Mirage.
Master of X. Add Counter-Strike map here.
Yeah. It seems though CT and T side here just an absolute monster.
Yeah, the T side, he was finding multi-kills with that AWP from places even riflers struggle.
It's going to be a contact play in towards A by the looks of things. They're not going to set up any smokes just yet. Waiting with the bomb at the back, watching the flanks. Voxic will be given an opportunity to try and find the first. Boosted up. Smoke to be deployed. Headshot spotted. And it will be MBK. He can't believe it, but Zywoo, he's ready and waiting.
That's what he's been hoping for. Pressure's on him. They have to cross. Doesn't hit the first. The Molotov's going to force him forward. Rops beheads him. An important one. Alex, however, can protect this plant. He's got a good understanding of where it's going down. Just narrowly escaping.
Oh,
Chris
no.
J lives on. Just RPK then in the 1 versus 3. Catches Carrigan early. The bomb does go down in the meantime. Knows exactly where Rops is as the nades lead. Default puts it into the 1v1. He has the knowledge. The tank looking to go for the 1v3. It's Rops. No better time than now. He shows up exactly when he has to. Exactly when he means to. And certainly a magical play from Rops.
If Alex denies that plant, it's pretty much round over. It looked like he had everything working in his favor. Damage was done. One bullet towards the plant that would have done it. But 13-7 rings through, and it's a partial buy on the cards for Vitality. They can't keep force buying here. They need to build up some decent cash, get the full buys out, and we'll see. mousesports up against just the Eagles here. And it should be a kill for Voxing, not quite. Narrowly misses out.
You can see why Zywoo was boosted up in a similar scenario in the first half. Very tough shot to hit, certainly when single zoomed. Even for the very best. Which I don't think anyone's going to contest is present here in the server.
Then slower approach here from mousesports. You hear them discussing their approach towards the A side. They got 3 players towards the ramp on Palace, and will be Frozen patrolling middle. Massive advantage here. Give this one up. It's going to cost you the game. First kill is going to be handed to Rops. Takes down Apex towards that Palace position. And great execution. You see how overwhelming that is for Alex. He has got a slight gap, but doesn't really have the weapon to really exploit it.
Vitality's flashes are insane. Rops keeps Carrigan safe. Alex's aggression, it made a lot of sense, supported by the flashbang, but I think that was their chance. Now, null and void. If they don't have to rush this, MBK does fire off a warning shot from stairs. They react accordingly. Zywoo as well from CT. Rops is doing everything for them in this round, making sure they don't fall foul to the Kevlar. Deagle, just RPK, all they have to show for it. Vitality will not find 14. Mouse keeping 4 players still alive up against the half buy.
Okay then. Money starting to stabilize here. MBK might bring out the secondary AWP, but he only has exactly enough for the weapon, so might not be the call. He goes to the M4 instead. Zywoo will purchase his. As we said, so good at finding the opening picks. They've opted for pretty much no helmets here, trying to save the cash where they can. Every bit of utility helps. When you're up against 4 rifles and 1 AWP, the helmet doesn't really have much of an impact unless you're up against the pistols. Oh, Zywoo missed the jump there.
Second smoke arriving, connector lathered in smoke. Turns his attention. Trying to use that smoke to hold underpass. No one's going to be coming that way though. mousesports looking to show a different face here. RPK and Apex to receive the nade, perfectly timed to the toes of Chris J. They start to accelerate. They have to clear RPK. Chris J was responsible for it, but it was the job of Carrigan. Shuts him down. Woxic as well connecting onto Apex. The site's open. That could be enough.
Yeah, it is. Great stuff. mousesports making a compelling case that they can actually do this now. 12-3 at half. They get 3 on their CT side. They're coming to life now, managing to find their 6th round. It'll be 6-1 overall. Vitality have no choice but to save the orb, and 2 M4s here. Hasn't got to the danger zone yet, but we're getting towards our position. 13-9 coming in. Double digits is where we always start to have that conversation, whether it's possible. Vitality will have a decent loss bonus, but RPK, Apex taken down. And that's if everyone survives. At this point, Carrigan is making sure no tomfoolery towards that B site. Don't want to see it at this point of the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's... If you saw mousesports stress before, that would be it. Cut to the player comes immediately, because that would be quite the spectacle.
Well then, it didn't look like this game was going to be much to talk about. The second map of mousesports coming to life now. Tactical timeout, I believe. I would assume this one's called by Vitality. As you can see at the bottom of your screen, 6-1.
It is. Nice confirmation.
So, taking the wind out of the sails somewhat.
Duncan made a great point. It's actually difficult for us to talk about the coach of Vitality, XTQZZZ.
I don't even try and attempt that one.
X-Taz is apparently the
X-Taz.
X-Taz, as in like the X Tasmanian Devil.
I was going to say the same thing. That's the only thing we could really reach for there. X-Taz.
X-Taz, that's the best we've got.
Oh, great shot from Voxic. Influential. Apex frustrated. Now starting to slow down here. They do have a decent buy overall. Around 23.
Okay.
If they can get a clean one here, mousesports, it will take them down to pretty much the eco here. Smoke's deployed towards middle. We saw those before, landing towards the short position and indeed the window. Waiting for the initial flashbang. Zywo, so good at hitting these sort of shots. He'll be presented with HEs. Luckily he didn't go towards the connector that time. See if there's a first pick here. Zywo gets it. Frozen looking for the trade. He's only got the Krieg here. But it's enough. Zywo will hold on to the advantage and reposition. Oh, what?
Okay.
It looked like he was done for.
That is ridiculous from Alex. And what better round?
No way.
Won't break Mouse, but...
I'm not even sure like he even intended to find a quick kill like that. He was just like firing off shots, trying to fall back, and...
I think his finger fell on the mouse.
It was nuts.
Wowee. Frozen Woxic. Nice tap from Frozen.
He
does not quit.
Yeah, he's got a chance here, you know. That shot, that's a statement in its own right. Has to get through here, and he's going to get Alex as well. Not quite. He lives to fight another day somehow. 4 versus 1, and he makes a lot of noise jumping down towards Sandwich there. He'll come swinging out, trying to cause as much financial damage as he can now. It's going to be 14-9. He's got the bomb, however, and maybe a kill towards connector. He's so good. Finally breaking through the smoke, but it's not quite enough there. 3 players survive of Vitality. 1 step closer to making their way towards the playoffs. X-Taz there.
There it is.
Fired up. See the shot from Alex. Like, he sees him, like you see him just jumping away. Like, he fired off a shot, and like the fact he jumped away so quickly, he had no time to register. He even got that kill. I think he was just firing off his shot, trying to get out. Perfect. You asked me.
2 bullets leave his gun, and 2 find the head of Rops. Double dink. Vitality 2 rounds away from the Mercedes-Benz Arena. Top 8 at the major.
Yeah. French Counter-Strike's been absent for some time.
It's good to see them back.
Oh, and Alex, he's fighting for it. Towards B they'll go. Molotov to lead the charge. RBK is in a fantastic position considering they've got a 5 versus 3, boxing down to 15 points of health. This could be the series point here. A double incendiary, that will send him packing. Voxic can't go anywhere near that.
Wallbang too. He's got 15 HP. There's flames and bullets being thrown in this general area. And yet he presses on. Now a smoke. Just add that one to the list.
It's going to take something miraculous now. mousesports,
seems
what's the call?
Unwinnable.
Yeah, they need to consider their options now. Do they keep up the AWP here and the 2 rifles? Or do they fight with the minute remaining in the 5 versus 3? Not clear right now. Bomb all the way back. I'd say they pretty much have to go for it. Not going to be able to recover. At 59 scoreline, Apex is just overwhelmed him in his position. He's going to get so many sound cues here. He knows on the other side. You see his lips communicating that. He's got vital information for his teammates.
They can rotate in kind. And from the flank, it's all Apex.
Sigh of relief for him. He couldn't have timed that any better. That's round guaranteed. Carrigan already been dinked here. Oh, hello. A chance. But surely one that won't be realised because 30 seconds remaining. He knows Apex on the other side here. If he had 100 HP, sure, maybe there's something. But for now, trying to find any sort of space he can, and it's going to be RPK to close things down. Money is at $2,000 for two of these players, Voxic and Frozen. Chris J, Rops and Carrigan have money to buy here. They're going to have to take the time out, surely. 6 rounds in a row required to take us to overtime on the pick of Vitality here.
The only chink in their armor we've seen from Vitality recently was the best of 3 loss versus Ents. Prior to that, getting their 2 wins versus FaZe and North. They now have themselves a handful plus 1 match points. Major champion stage points.
Okay then. What was that?
It sounds like the James Bardolph and DDK are renovating.
Smashing the setup real.
Next door.
DIY. Power drills are out.
Probably. I feel like Bardolph would have no worries with his power tools. He'd get really passionate about it, start tweeting about all the unique power tools he's found.
He walked in the other day with a screwdriver to fix your watch. He was just like, yeah, don't worry, mate. Sort that out for you. No worries.
I've got the tool in my bag.
Anyway, Alex will throw the preemptive incendiary to block the smoke, and Zywo looking at getting things off here. It looks very good for them, but the trades are coming through. Alex needs to get the hell out of there. Chris J gets 2 frags in total. MBK trying to fight back, but takes a little bit of damage there. 3 versus 3. Rops makes his way towards A. He's got great positioning here. Alex with a bit of noise. He's got this kill, no problem. It will be now advantage towards mousesports. Plenty of time remaining.
Whenever I feel like mousesports have their back against the wall, it's Chris J to deliver. We saw him on Inferno. He saved their asses with that multi-kill.
They got no nades though. Still got to cross towards the site. No flashes. Nothing. They're going to have to find the kill, and it has to be Robs to do it.
Rosen might use the apartment balcony to aid his cross, try and jump over the aim of NBK. Chris J does one better. I told you, he delivers when it matters, and Robs finds the final head. 3 in the round from the Dutchman, 15 to 10 the scoreline. They have to double that up, they have to keep going. 5 in a row necessary for Mouse if they want to even consider the conversation.
Do they buy into this though? 3K on MBK and Zywo. I would say take a partial here, close it out properly. But they do have $6,000 for RPK. Looks like the partial buy. They can close these rounds out. They managed to do on Vertigo, remember. That's how Apex finished off the map with a double kill on the CZ. Similar round to this, Zeus for MBK. And this is like a B rush. They got the initial smokes there towards both pillars. Or MBK could be on something here. Do they get
info?
This?
He'll hear the steps at least.
He'll get one probably of the Zeus here. I'm pretty certain. That's a really strong spot. But Chris J keeps his distance. Did it hit? No, it did not. So there it is. Chris J detects him. MBK will not be having any fun with the taser.
If he was to jiggle that corner, he gets electrocuted. Back against the wall for the peak smart. mousesports, they have the information that this... No funny business from Vitality's buy. Not taking any risks, just going to be some Kevlar and pistols, and so mousesports will take their time. Ensure a trade is possible for every push they make. And a familiar story for Rops, who will be left to his own devices towards the ramp side as the rest of his team start to maneuver through mid.
Time could be a problem here.
That second guessing you talked about.
Yeah. So they're going to stack towards B here. They might pit every single CT towards this side of the map.
Oh, and just in the nick of time as well.
Yeah, and Zywo's coming in as well, and you know what he can do with that Desert Eagle. This could actually fall apart right here, right now.
And you know what Alex can do with flashbangs? If he times this one right, he's got one. Apex, he's still kicking. Defense set up, already Chris J falls. And another one, and another! Vitality!
It's happened.
Just like that!
They have to leave. They have to go A now.
It's going to be a run.
Oh, Robson's got the A bomb site.
Yeah, he can smoke it off for his teammate, but this is going to be such a race. It's a rat race. Oh, and RPK's in the right spot. If they get the frag, it's a chance. It's such a small chance. Robson's got himself another 10 seconds. You better hurry up! Alex!
It's done!
It's enough!
He got planned. That's it, it's done!
It's over for mousesports! Wow! Against all odds! Of course the French get themselves to the next stage of the major with just pistols.
My goodness, it's the CZs, the Desert Eagles, and